Hello everyone. Here we will discuss N factor or valency factor. The complete information about the N factor, how to calculate the N factor. Here N factor is depends on the substance. It depends on the reaction. In different type of reactions, the substance participates. Then it N factor changes. Then how it changes, how to calculate the N factor for various types of the compounds. We'll take one by one here. First we'll start with atoms. So how to calculate N factor for atoms? So in case of atoms, N factor is equals to its valency. This valency of that atom. Take first A group elements. For example, first A group elements, they are lithium, sodium, potassium, barium and cesium. So all these elements N factor is 1. Why? Because their valency is 1. Similarly, if we take second A group elements, they are beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. Again, all these elements valency is 2, and their N factor is 2. So similarly, the remaining group elements, this is third A group element. So where the group elements N factor is 3, boron, aluminium. And if you take fourth A group elements, is a carbon family, their N factor is 4. And whereas fifth A group elements, that is a nitrogen family, here it is not 5, it is N factor is 3. Again the valency of nitrogen family is 5, so N factor is 3. And 6th A group elements, it is oxygen family, the valency is 2 and N factor is 2. Similarly, the last one, halogen family, that is the 7th A group elements. So here all these elements N factor is 1. Why? Because their valency is 1. So these are the N factors of the elements. So the atoms. So all these atoms, when they are exist in monoatomic state, then we can take the N factor like this. Sometimes the elements may exist in the form of polyatomic state. That is, let us take example of some polyatomic molecules. That means element in the polyatomic state. For example, hydrogen. Anyhow, hydrogen valency is 1. So in this case, its N factor is 1. But if you take hydrogen in diatomic state, molecular form, what is the N factor here? For hydrogen, N factor is 1. But hydrogen molecule, N factor is 2. We have to take total number of hydrogen atoms in one atom. That is atomicity. So here, N factor of this hydrogen molecule, in each molecule 2 hydrogens are there. So 2 into 1. So that is a N factor for hydrogen. Similarly, if you take chlorine, again 17th group, that we know that N factor is 1. But all 17th group or halogen family, they exist in the diatomic state. In this case, again N factor. So each chlorine molecule contains 2 chlorine atoms. So resultant N factor 2 into 1. So that is 2. Similarly, if you take oxygen. So what is oxygen? We know that N factor for oxygen is 2. But if you take oxygen in the form of molecule O2, so each oxygen molecule again contains 2 oxygen atoms. So the N factor is 2 into 2. That is equals to 4 for oxygen molecule. If it is an atom, N factor is 2. Similarly, let us take some other examples also. Phosphorus. If we take a single atom phosphorus, its N factor is 3, as we know that it is a 50A group element, but generally phosphorus exists in tetraatomic state, P4 molecular form. Then in this case the N factor. So how much we will get? So each phosphorus molecule contains 4 phosphorus atoms. So 4 into 3. So that is equals to 12 is the N factor for P4. Similarly, sulfur N factor is 2, but if you take S8 octatomic in state, in this case N factor is, so there are each molecule of the molecular form of sulfur, 8 sulfur atoms are there, so 8 into 2, it is 60. So this is a N factor, complete N factor structure for atoms case. If atom exists in the polyatomic state, in such case also we can calculate N factor like this. This is the one type of the calculations for atoms. And next type of the systems, let us take acids and bases. For acids and bases, how to calculate N factor? Before that, we can take up ions also. Let me take before the acids. Let me go with ions. N factor for ions. For ions, N factor is equals to the charge present on the ion or the charge carried by the ion is equals to charge. That is N factor for ions. Again, let us take examples. Na plus ion. So in this case, N factor for Na plus is 1. Why? Because it is carrying one positive charge. Magnesium 2 plus, the N factor is 2. Why? Because it is carrying two positive charges. Aluminium 3 plus, N factor is equals to 3. Silicon 4 plus, N factor is equals to 4, whatever the charge. Sometimes ions may be present in the polyionic state also. Let me take carbonate. In this case also the N factor is a charge. It is also ion. We have to consider only the charge, not the sign, whether it is a positive or negative, doesn't matter. We require only the magnitude for N factor calculations. Similarly, SO4 2 minus, and here N factor, the charge carrying is 2. HSO4 minus, and here N factor is 1, only one negative charge. PO4 3 minus, and here N factor is equals to 3. So on. Like this we can calculate N factor for ions. And the next, as we discussed earlier, N factor for acids and bases. In the third case, calculation of N factor for acids. For acids, N factor is equals to its basicity. So what is the meaning of basicity? It is the number of replaceable H plus ions. Number of replaceable H plus ions is its basicity. Again, let us take examples. HCl, here it replaces only one H plus ion, so its N factor is 1. Similarly, let us take some the acids which replaces only one H plus ion. You can take HNO3, HCl, HI, HClO3, HClO4, HBr, acetic acid. So all these cases, so they replaces only one H plus ions. So all these cases the N factor is equals to 1. Similarly, let us take some other. H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Here sulfuric acid replaces two H plus ions. So for sulfuric acid N factor is equals to 2. You can take oxalic acid, H2C2O4. Again it replaces two H plus ions. So its N factor is equals to 2. Next, H3PO4, phosphoric acid. It replaces 3 H plus ions. So your N factor is equals to 3. You can take pyrophosphoric acid, H4P2O7. Here it replaces 4 H plus ions. So N factor is equals to 4. So simply for acids case, the N factor is the number of replaceable H plus ions. So this point we should remember. And here some special cases that also we have to keep in mind here. Let us take some special cases. In the case of H3PO2, H3PO3, H3PO4. So by looking into the molecule, we assume that the N factor for all these molecules is the same. Why? Because all these molecules carrying the same number of hydrogen atoms, that is 3, 3, 3. So hence we assume that its N factor is 3 for all these 3 molecules, but this is not correct. Here we have to check the number of replaceable H plus ions. So in case of H3PO2, all hydrogen ions are not replaceable. Similarly, in case of H3PO3 also. Only in case of H3PO4, all these 3 hydrogen atoms are replaceable. So hence we can take for H3PO4, the N factor is 3. But in case of H3PO2 and H3PO3, we can explain their N factor based on their structures. So actually if you see the structure of these compounds, H3PO2 structure is like this. And H3PO3 structure is like this. And H3PO4 structure is like this. And you see in the case of H3PO2, the hydrogen which is directly linked to the phosphorus. Here 2 hydrogens are directly linked to the phosphorus and 1 hydrogen is linked to the oxygen. So the hydrogen which is linked to the hydrogen only the replaceable. Here only this hydrogen is replaceable. And these 2 hydrogens are non-replaceable. They are not replaceable. So we can say here only 1 hydrogen is replaceable even though it containing 3 hydrogen atoms. So N factor for H3PO2 is 1. Similarly in this structure if we see, the structure of H3PO3 is like this. Again 1 hydrogen atom is directly linked to phosphorus. This is not replaceable. Only again these 2 hydrogens are replaceable, which are directly linked to the hydrogen atom. So here, so these 2 hydrogens replaceable, and N factor is equals to 2. Only 2 hydrogens replaceable. In case of H3PO4, anyhow, all these 3 hydrogens directly linked to the oxygen, hence they are replaceable. So here N factor is equals to 3. So sometimes we assume that whatever the number of hydrogens the compound, the acid contains, so it is its N factor, but this is not the case. So that is depends on the number of replaceable H plus ions. So all the previous cases we have seen that whatever the number of hydrogens the molecules contains, so we have taken the N factor directly. but this is a special case we have to keep in mind. And next, one more special case here. Boric acid, that is H3BO3. So sometimes you may write like this. Why? Because it looks like basic structure BOH3. Sometimes we assume that OH contains BOH. It may be base, but it is not a base. It is acid, H3BO3. Again, in case of H3BO3, the N factor is 1, not 3. Why? Again, if you see the structure of this H3BO3, it is like this. It is a trigonal planar structure. So as I said in the previous case, H3PO2 and H3PO3 case, the hydrogens which are directly linked to the oxygen, only the replaceable. The hydrogens which are directly linked to the phosphorus are not replaceable. But in case of H3BO3, if you see, again all three hydrogens are directly linked to the oxygen. Even though here the N factor is not 3, N factor is 1. Why? Because here these three hydrogens are again not replaceable. They will not give any H plus. This compound will not give any H plus ions in the aqueous medium. Why? Here the reason is, here H3BO3 is a electron deficient compound. This is electron deficient. Electron deficient means what? It requires electrons. It will not give any electrons. So hence it has one vacant orbital in the boron atom due to the electron deficiency. Instead of giving, it accept a pair of electron from the water. So here what happens actually? So this vacant orbital accept a pair of electron from the water. So water we can write like this, HOH. So this HO part will be attached to the boron. Now the hydrogen is replaceable from the water. So the resultant structure will get like this. Now it replaces H plus. From where it is coming? This H plus is not coming from the boric acid. It is coming from water. So even though the molecule overall, it replaces one H plus ion. So now we can say N factor for this boric acid is 1. It is not 3, even though it has 3 hydrogens, and those 3 hydrogens again attached to the oxygen, even though the N factor is 1. That is the reason is due to the electron deficient nature of the boric acid. So instead of donating H plus ions, it accepts a pair of electrons from the water and replaces the H plus ions. So this point also we should keep in mind here. And one more important concept here about the acids to calculate N factor. When the acids undergoes acid-base reactions, is a kind of the neutralization reactions, that depends on the reaction also N factor changes. As we discussed in the previous case with H2SO4. If I ask what is the N factor for H2SO4, it is 2. But when it is participate in the chemical reaction, when it reacts with the base, it may not be always 2. That depends on the reaction condition. So let us take some example here how it is. Again H2SO4 may react with the sodium hydroxide base. Let us assume here 1 mole H2SO4 is reacting with 1 mole NaOH. Then the product you will get NaHSO4 plus water. So if I ask what is the N factor for sulfuric acid, it is not 2. Why? Why? Because what is the definition for N factor? Basicity, that is the number of replaceable H plus ions. Now you have to check how many H plus ions are replaced in this reaction. So initially we have 2 hydrogens in H2SO4, but if you see the product, only it replaced by only 1 hydrogen atom. Now the sulfuric acid is replaced with only 1 hydrogen atom by sodium. Sodium replaces only 1 hydrogen atom, not 2 hydrogen atoms. In general, if we give only H2SO4, you can say N factor is 2. But if they give H2SO4 in the reaction condition, then you have to check very carefully. So here it replaces only one hydrogen atom. So N factor in this case is 1. In this case means when H2SO4, 1 mole of H2SO4 reacts with 1 mole of NaOH, in such cases the N factor for H2SO4 is 1 only. The same if you take H2SO4 1 mole, if you treat with 2 moles of NaOH, now here what happens, you will get the product Na2SO4 plus water. So now in this case what happens, completely 2 hydrogens are replaced by 2 sodiums, so we are getting Na2SO4. Here completely 2 hydrogens replaced in this reaction. So now we can say here the N factor for H2SO4 is 2. Why? Because here 2 hydrogens are replaced. So if they ask what is the N factor for H2SO4, individually it is 2. But in the reaction condition, that it depends on the reaction conditions. If it is replaces only 1 hydrogen atom, N factor 1. It replaces 2 hydrogen atoms, N factor is 2. Similarly, you can take one more example here. The case of H3PO4. So generally we know that H3PO4 N factor is 3, but if 1 mole of H3PO3 is reacting with 1 mole of NaOH, let us assume it forms a product like this. So here, what is the N factor for H3PO4? Again, it is not 3. It is 1 only. Why? Again, out of 3 hydrogens, only 1 hydrogen is replaced by sodium. Sodium replaces only 1 hydrogen. The remaining 2 hydrogens are as it is. So how many replaceable hydrogens in this reaction condition? Only 1 hydrogen. So N factor for H3PO4 is 1 only here. It is not 3. Similarly, if I take another reaction, here H3PO3 again reacting with 2 moles of NaOH instead of 1 mole. Let us take here 2 moles of NaOH. Then it is producing Na2HPO4 plus water. If they ask what is the N factor of H3PO4 in this reaction, in this particular reaction. Now again if you see how many hydrogens are replaced, so end up with only 1 hydrogen. So 2 hydrogens are replaced with 2 sodium atoms. So here replaceable hydrogens are 2. So N factor is equals to 2. Similarly, H3PO4, now it is reacting with 3 moles of NaOH. Then you will get sodium phosphate plus water. Now if they ask what is the N factor of H3PO4 in this case, so here anyhow completely 3 hydrogens are replaced with 3 sodium atoms, so we can say N factor here is 3. So even the H3PO4 it is not 3, that depends on the reaction condition. So normally H3PO4 3, but if they give us in the reaction condition, we have to check. This is a N factor calculation for acids. Next, the fourth type of the compound, they are the bases. For bases, how to calculate N factor? For bases, N factor is its acidity reverse to the acids. N factor is equals to acidity. Then what is the meaning of acidity? Opposite to the basicity. Number of replaceable OH minus. Here number of replaceable OH minus. Or we can take in another definition instead of number of replaceable OH minus. Number of H plus ions accepted. Number of H plus ions accepted. Either replacing of OH minus or accepting of H plus ions. Both is the N factor for base. Again, let us take some examples. Sodium hydroxide. Here how many OH minus ions are replaceable? Only one OH minus we can replace. So N factor for NaOH is 1. Similarly, other potassium hydroxide, rubidium hydroxide, cesium hydroxide, thallium hydroxide. So all these cases, the number of replaceable OH minus only 1. So you can say N factor is 1. So similarly, magnesium hydroxide. Here 2 replaceable OH minus. So N factor is 2. So you can take similarly calcium hydroxide, strontium hydroxide, barium hydroxide, some other zinc hydroxide. All these cases the number of replaceable OH minus are 2. So N factor is equals to 2. Next, aluminium hydroxide. In case of aluminium hydroxide, number of replaceable OH minus are 3. So N factor is equals to 3. Like ferric hydroxide. So here also the N factor 3 replaceable. N factor is equals to 3. So if the base contains number of whatever the number of OH minus, so we can say based on the number of OH minus it is N factor. That is, if it is a 1 OH 1, if it is 2 OH 2, if 3 OH 3. But in some cases the organic bases they do not contain any OH minus. So in those cases how to calculate N factor. Organic bases means generally nitrogen compound, that is in amine derivatives. Let us take ammonia. Ammonia is a base. What is the N factor for ammonia here? Here ammonia accept one H plus ion. So you can take another definition for N factor of a base. Number of replaceable OH minus or number of H plus ions accepted. So here ammonia accept one H plus ion. Why? Because it has one lone pair. Then it will form NH4 plus. So here N factor of ammonia is equals to 1. So instead of there is no OH minus ions, but even though it accept one H plus ion. Similarly, hydrazine. So hydrogen here 2 lone pairs are there. It accepts 2 H plus ions. So N factor for this hydrogen is 2. So like this we can calculate N factor for organic bases also. Here the N factor is based on the number of H plus ions accepted. The previous case, that is the number of OH minus ions replaced. Again similarly here, as like acids case, bases also we have to, if the base participate in the chemical reaction, again you have to check exactly how many OH minus ions are replacing. So that will give us its N factor. Let us take one example here. Calcium hydroxide. 1 mole of calcium hydroxide is treated with 1 mole of HCl. Then you will get CaOH Cl plus H2O. Now see, generally what is the N factor for calcium hydroxide? Here 2 OHs are there, so 2 OH minus ions can replace, so we can say it is N factor 2. But in this particular condition, in this reaction, here only one OH is replaced by one Cl. Now it is N factor is not 2, N factor is 1 here. Why only one OH replaced? Again, number of replaceable OH minus. The same calcium hydroxide treat with 2 moles of HCl. Then it will give CaCl2 plus water. Now if they ask what is the N factor in this particular reaction, now 2 OHs are replaced with 2 chlorines. We can say N factor is equals to 2 here. So like this we can calculate N factor for bases. So normally you have to check based on the number of OH minus replaced or number of H plus ions reacted, accepted. And in a chemical reaction case, you have to clearly check how many OH minus ions are replaced. That is a N factor for bases. Next, fifth type, salts. For salts, how to calculate N factor? In case of salts, N factor is the total positive charge or total negative charge carried by that molecule. In case of salts, N factor is equals to total positive charge or total negative charge. Anyone you can take. Again, let us take some examples here. Sodium chloride. Generally, sodium chloride is exist as Na plus and Cl minus. Now, the total positive charge carried by sodium is plus 1 and chlorine minus 1. So, both are the same. So, you can take either of them, either positive or negative. So, N factor for NaCl is 1. Why? Because either total positive or total negative is 1. Take calcium chloride. Generally, calcium chloride is like this: calcium 2 plus and 2 Cl minus. Here total positive is 2 for the calcium 2 plus, and chlorine carries only one negative, but here we have 2 chlorine ions. So what is the N factor actually? Total negative or total positive? So calcium plus 2, chlorine minus 1, but 2 chlorines are there. Again anyhow minus 2, plus 2, minus 2. Again N factor in this case is 2. Next, AlCl3, aluminium trichloride. Just it exists as aluminium 3 plus and 3 Cl minus. Here 3 plus and 3 into minus 1. Again 3 minus. 3 plus 3 minus, N factor is equals to 3 for aluminium trichloride. Let us take silicon tetrachloride. Here N factor silicon 4 plus and 4 Cl minus. Again N factor is equals to 4. Some other examples: aluminum sulfate. So here N factor, aluminum sulfate exists as 2 aluminiums with 3 plus and 3 sulfurs with 2 minus. This is the ionic form of this aluminum sulfate. Now, aluminium carries 3 plus, but there are 2 aluminiums are there. So total positive is plus 6, and sulfate carries 2 minus. There are 3 sulfates are there, so total is minus 6. So you can take any one. Again, the N factor for aluminum sulfate is 6, either total positive or total negative. For example, Na3PO4, sodium phosphate, and here 3 Na plus, PO4 3 minus. So 3 sodiums, total plus 3, and 1 phosphate even though it carries minus 3. Now N factor is equals to 3. The same you can apply for double salts case also. Let us take some double salts here. Morse salt, ferrous ammonium sulfate, ferrous sulfate, ammonium sulfate, 6H2. This is the chemical formula for Morse salt. Here again if you see, the salt exists as here iron positive, Fe2 plus, and sulfate SO4 2 minus, ammonium sulfate, 2 ammoniums are there, 2 NH4 plus, and here 1 sulfate, again SO4 2 minus, and 6 water molecules as it is. Now total again, this iron 2 plus, ammonium plus, total again, total positive is 4 here, and sulfate, 2 sulfates are there, total negative is again 4. So now overall N factor for this Morse salt is 4. Why? Because either total positive or total negative. Similarly, potash alum. What is the chemical formula? Potassium sulfate, aluminum sulfate, (24H2O). Here what is the N factor of this potash alum? Again this exists as 2K plus, 2 potassiums are there, 1 sulfate, and 2 aluminiums, 3 sulfates, and water as it is. Now check total positive, 2 plus, and here 6 plus, total 8 positive, negative, here 2 minus, here 6 minus, again 8 negative. So N factor for potash alum is equals to, whether you can take positive or negative, 8. So like this we can calculate N factor for salts.